living in Lockland is knowing a train will probably get in your way. Just this week, kids were seen climbing over one that ended up sitting on the tracks for 10 hours. It isn't just frustrating, it can be dangerous.
I mean, they're putting the safety and the welfare of our residents in jeopardy every time because we can't get our fire department, our police across the tracks. We've been on this situation now for 6 years, begging, pleading for help, somebody at the federal level to help us.
The Federal Railroad Administration doesn't have restrictions on how long a train can block a crossing.
When I hear what's going on with railroads, and then when I listen to railroad workers, these railroads are not being managed well. So you don't necessarily need a law if the railroad companies do the right thing.
Congressman Warren Davidson tells me it's a problem that needs to be solved.
A lot of times the railroads have been, overly dismissive of the, nature of the problem and how disruptive it is for communities.
Davidson says there are several bills on the table addressing this. Senator Sherrod Brown believes the Railway Safety Act could hold rail companies accountable, preventing stoppages and other safety issues. He's sponsoring the bill along with Senator J.D. Vance and other lawmakers.
I know that right now the federal government is the only one that has the power to set restrictions. Why is it that, that isn't already the case? Why isn't there already something in place to prevent this from happening?
Well, for 100 years, the railroads and Wall Street and the oil companies have been the most powerful groups in our country. The railroads have gotten their way with Congress too often. The railroads have gotten their way with safety regulators too often.
Brown says the bill has passed Senate committee and he anticipates it heading to the floor in a few weeks.
What is your stance on this?
Oh, that's a provision I would support in terms of how do you deal with stoppages and blocks. But there are other provisions of the bill that we're not comfortable with yet. We'll see how it's amended. There's not a true companion in the House that has got traction.
Morella Porter, Local 12 News.
Reports show that Ohio has the most reported incidents of trains blocking crossings in the country. According to the Federal Railroad Administration, from December 2019 to September 2021, Ohioans reported more than 5,000 instances of stopped trains across the state.
You can always find our Local 12 stories right here on YouTube. Don't forget to tap subscribe, and then you can get all the notifications.